The two things we focused on was just the character. As I said before the test match, the style of play that we normally have is one of where there's a lot of character and intensity and good body language. That's obvious to see from the side. And as I said in the first test, we played some good cricket, but at times that just went missing a little bit. And that's for me really important, how long and how well we can do that, because that for me either puts pressure on the opposition, also when you're under pressure, make sure how you respond to those moments in the game to get the pressure back on the opposition. So we've done those two things really well this game. We didn't expect it. As I said before, we know they're a very strong team, and we needed to be our best to beat them, and we were this game. We pretty much from the toss straight through to this last ball that we bowled, we were pretty much in control of a test match, and to do it for that long takes incredible performance. So I think it was just on how well we stuck together and how well we played and how consistent we were. That was the difference from this game than to before. No, it's not a factor. It's just I think all I try and do is I try and make sure that the things that I know that makes a change in our team, I drill them very hard. So it's definitely not a factor. It's just making sure that there's a few obvious things for me that I focus on, and that generally brings the best out of the team and the players. So whoever is that guy needs to make sure that those are the things that we take really good care of. Yeah, so obviously I enjoy doing it. I think it brings the best out of me, and I love captaining. So it's always a pleasure doing it.
Yeah, look, I think just the calmness around him, and in his leadership, it's massive. There's no real sense of panicky, when the team are a little bit, with their back against the wall, and I think that's just what he brings to the party. It's just a real calmness about him, and yeah, I think just his leadership. Like I said, there's just a calmness about him, which makes it so much easier, and there's a lot more responsibility on senior players, and I think the guys take it very well, obviously coming from him, and being so relaxed and calm about it. So yeah, I'd say just the calmness factor about him and the way he goes about his business.
He's a fantastic cricketer, Vernon. We know the bowling department what he does, and if there's a little bit of something there, he's probably the best in the world with it. But for me, most important in this game was the fact that he had a new challenge on his shoulders. We dropped the batsman or left the batsman out to play two all-rounders, and with that comes extra responsibility on his shoulders. Him and Chris's, and we gave him the promotion to 7 because I know that I back his technique and his batting, and he responded beautifully by getting crucial runs for us this game. So once again, it's about how he stepped up to the plate in something that is new for him. The ball will always be the ball for him. He's an absolute machine if there's something there. But yeah, very proud of him and the way he performed with the bat, especially this test match.
Yeah, I think going into the Lord's test, I was probably a little bit undercooked. Had a chat with higher powers, but I wanted me to play obviously. I've just got back from an ankle injury and literally bowled that week before the test match, so a little bit undercooked. But yeah, I found my rhythms in this one, and hopefully it's a bigger threat for this last two. Yeah, I think obviously with the moving ball over here, it's extremely difficult as a left-hander because you can't just leave me because of obviously the odd one nipping back. So yeah, I'm obviously looking to attack off stump, consistently, and obviously it makes life a little bit difficult for those left-handers. Yeah, I think you always. I mean, playing international cricket, you're always going to be judged. You're always going to have people making comments to you. But I think that's something that we as a side put out of our minds, out of our sights. We've got a job to do. We've got to take 20 wickets. And look, as far as personal accolades are concerned, I'm not really too phased about that. As long as I fulfil my role within the side and continue to contribute with bat and ball, I'm doing my job.